Alright, here's the last race of the 2020 Season 1 Week 3 IMSA at Road America. That's me bumping into another car that just came out, didn't have time to react. Those guys were a little bit slow off the line. Yeah, this is a 45-minute race, so I'm just gonna watch the first few laps, just trying to figure out what I'm doing. Wrong, what I could be doing better, take a few notes, and really at this point start preparing for next week. The series is moving onto Spa-Francorchamps next week, starting Monday evening. So I'll start getting ready for that. Did okay overall. Had maybe 7 or 8 incident points. I think I got 4 out of that incident alone, and then I had a couple more. But overall, a pretty safe race. As I've improved my iRating, I'm with faster groups, so it's a lot more competitive. I am further down the field, but I have to say that here's another fun moment. Came around, come back on the track safely like that. The quality of the racing is much higher than in even just previous days when my iRating was below about 1500. So a lot less talking. I guess people are not really pulling any silly moves. It's a lot more predictable, a lot more professional from that perspective. Really enjoying the races, and some of the close racing here that I'm not really used to from the previous racing, because after the first lap we're all pretty much separated, and then you always have space around you. So driving like this for multiple laps can be pretty demanding and tough mentally, because you cannot see your usual braking points and the lines, so you really have to have the track memorized, and if you don't, it's wiser to just back off a little bit and give yourself a little space. So I think this Ferrari was faster, outbroke me. Oh, I guess I did have a little contact there with him. He slowed down a little too much. Didn't anticipate that, and the BMW took advantage of that, so I lost a couple of spots. I think in the end I ended up making up a few positions. I'm not sure what happened here. Interesting. Gonna jump back to, I think we were on lap 3. This is some kind of a bug here in iRacing that I haven't been able to figure out yet. Where you're watching a replay, whether it's yourself or somebody else, and suddenly the screen just goes blank and it goes to the scenic view. It's as if the recording itself had some issues, but I have to do a little bit more research on that to see if there's some kind of a setting that can be adjusted to help with that, but we'll see. So I'll watch a couple more laps here. My fastest lap was lap 8, so what I'm gonna do. Oh, he went a little wide, but the Kraken didn't hit me, which was nice. And really what I wanted to do for myself is to record, now that we are at the end of the week, record one lap in slow motion and talk about braking points, because as I've done multiple races here during the week, I have learned the track a little bit better and found out what's faster and what's slower, which lines work better, where the appropriate braking point is, and which lines to take. I have to give big props to findingspeed.com. They have awesome videos. Russell Barnes is his name. Russell makes great videos, releases them on a weekly basis in accordance with the schedule that talk about each track. Shows his fastest lap is very fast by about 3 seconds to me, and or at least 2.5. And then he also does a turn-by-turn guide. Talks about braking points, lines, brake pressure, acceleration. So that's really helpful. Thank you, Russell, if you're listening. So let's see what happened here. There was one guy, I think he was actually from Europe. I want to say he was a Czech guy, like me, Jakub Mucha, that kept popping in and out, which is really distracting, especially if he is the car right in front of you. And you just have to, at that point, assume that he's gonna stay on the line and not mess anything up, and then you have to drive as if the car was there. I think I was able to get my position here back from the Kraken, and then another one because of the Porsche. Oh, I didn't. I guess he stayed in, but good clean racing. So I've finished this lap. Oh, there he is. He took himself out, and I followed his line stupidly. Let me go back actually a little bit to see where I was braking. I bet I broke later. Here I should be braking right between 3 and 2. There's a line right there that's right in front of me here, and if you go just past the line and get on the brakes there, there's plenty of time to downshift to second and really just kind of finesse the brakes through the turn. But I bet I went in a little bit deeper. Let's see. Nothing there. Yeah, it's a little bit later than usual, and look at my brake pressure. I didn't apply my brakes as much as I should have, so didn't end up spinning, but had to counter steer a little bit. Lost probably a good second here. But that's okay. Live and learn. Those are the kind of things that you need to learn from, those types of distractions. So here, let's see, it should be pretty much just a lift. Yep, a little bit of a lift. Okay. Wow, he was fast. Ooh, too deep. Too much. Thank you for not killing me. That was actually, let me go back and take a look at that, where these guys come from. So I can go zoom. Where is the field of view? This might be too much. Let's see where these guys gonna come from. So guy number 1 and guy number 2 should be coming in just now. Wow, dude, you just, damn, you don't pass there. That's I'm glad I wasn't all the way there, because a little bit faster, because I would have gotten taken out by both of them. So all right, let's finish this lap, and this is lap 4. So I'm gonna jump to lap 6, 7, lap number 8 was my fastest lap, so let me zoom in a little bit more. So I brake right here before 3, turn-in starts right here, and you start bleeding off the brakes. I could probably bleed off more, but this seems to be working quite well. Stay on the brakes, into the apex, and right around now, get off the brakes, and you can start getting on the gas. I could have come in, probably even taken a little bit more of the curb there. Then coming here, the point here is just where this concrete fence ends. There's a line right there, and if I brake just past that line, I guess I broke. Let me go back a little bit. If I brake just past that line, that seems to, let's see, it looks like I'm touching the brake, coming on in now, and there, I'm coming in. Downshift to fourth, downshift to third, and start right where the concrete fence on the left, you start the turning here. Again, you take a little bit of a curb. Can put some couple of wheels on the grass here. I've done that. You definitely want to be a little bit easier on the gas if that's what you do. I could have taken more real estate there. Let me fast forward here. There's not a lot going on. Stay to the right. Okay, here's another key, is stay all the way to the right as much as possible. Hug this line, and then brake right about here between 2 and 3. Get on the right side. Take the curb and start turning a little bit more left before you release the brakes, like here. Yeah, and it's kind of a deeper late apex. Hover on the brakes right around here. When you know you're gonna make it, you can go for it. But there is a big depression if you go to the left of the curbing, and you will pay for that. If you do, it will unsettle the car. And here I brake maybe 50% right around now, and then I let up a little bit just past here. It will screech the tires a little bit, downshift to second, and start the turn, and you're pretty much bleeding off the brakes altogether. Looks like I could have taken a little bit more curb over there. Come out wide. You can go all the way past where the black rumble strip ends. You're not gonna get a X as long as you can get off of it before that. And here I like to turn in a little bit early. I probably turn in once, and then there it is, and I just kind of turn in again. You just lift. I probably just need to lift. I could lift just about 50% rather than the almost a full lift that I did. And here, the braking point is right now. If you brake any later than that, and it's a pretty heavy brake, you might get into a little bit of a skid. The lights will pop up, but you want to start a turn before you get on the dark tarmac and bleed off the brakes as soon as you initiate the turn. Otherwise, the car will spin. Again, here you can go on the grass for a little bit longer, but you do want to make way onto the right side as quickly as possible, and then shift to fourth, and then right around here, yep, I already did. Actually, let me go back a little bit. Here I lift. Sometimes I tap the brakes a little bit, and then as soon as you slow down to about 100 miles an hour, you can start slowly getting back into feeding the gas. You should be hitting the apex right here. Could have been a little bit closer, and then you are full gas here. Get off of the black curbing before the grass starts, otherwise you're gonna get an X. And here, turn-in starts right at number 1. I probably didn't lift for this one. I guess I did a little bit. I've done this turn without lifting. The car will slide quite a bit, but you just have to kind of steer into the slide, and then or like with the slide, and then counter steer as you're coming out. Otherwise, you're gonna risk the car coming out. Okay, interesting. So I've actually cut it here. Usually I stay a little bit more to the left and then cut it right there. That looks like that probably saved me a little bit of time. And then here I brake right between 4 and 3. Let me see, where do I do that? Right between 4 and 3. There. Oh, I started a little bit early. It's pretty heavy braking. if you brake really heavily right up front, it's gonna lock up the tires. So the other lesson learned is you go from 6th down to 5th, down to 4th, down to 3rd. You can actually start applying more brake pressure as you're going down through the gears. A little bit, so only by a few percentage points. But here, when you start the turn in right here at 1. You want to be almost off the brakes right when you initiate the brake, initiate the turn. So there you go, I'm starting to bleed off. Probably could have done a little bit sooner. And then I downshift to 2nd, right at the apex. There it was. It looked like I was a little blimp. So down to 2nd, trail braking just a little bit, make sure that I get through. And once I know I'm through, then I will get on the gas here. And you can ride the curb here. You can even get into the sand, not an X. Here, you want to stay almost all the way to the end. It's a late, there you go, a turnabout here, and then roll off the gas. I probably don't have to roll off that much. Could have been a little bit closer, ride a little bit more of the curb, and then it's okay to get onto the curb here. I lifted too much. It's okay to ride that curb, go past the white line. You want to avoid the grass on the right side there. Straighten the car, and then on the brakes here, relatively heavy, downshift to 3rd, and trail brake. It's a late apex here, so you keep the steering angle dialed in. I missed it a little bit. I could have been closer, so that's another lesson learned. I just could be a little bit tighter with my with the lines, probably losing a little bit of time. And then you want to exit before you hit the grass, otherwise you are going to get an X there. Let's see, this should be a 204.037. So that's it. I don't know if I can. Can I look at the focus on crashes? Okay, let's take a look at crashes. Okay, so it just went off. That wasn't too bad. Let's see what happens here. You got 3 cars next to each other like that. That's sometimes trouble. Guys are really fighting for positions. Crash here? Doubtful. Okay, let's see what happens here. Get some defensive driving. That looks good. Or too much gas? Nope. Okay. Ooh. I've done that later in the lap. A little late. Not bad. What we got here? I'm assuming the Ferrari is going to stay on the inside. And, oh, there's somebody trying to sneak in. Oh, what happened here? Too much brake. Too much brake. What do you do now? Okay, somebody's coming, but can you get back on safely? You have to give it just a tiny bit of gas. There you go. Oh, don't go all the way to the right. Surprised I didn't get it. Alright, let's see here. And those Porsches are beautiful. Beautiful cars. Okay, let's see. Okay, jumped into the next one. Sound great. Ooh, picked up some speed. Let's see. Clean, nicely done. Ferrari doesn't sound right. I like the color on the beamer there. Let's see, guys coming in from the pits. Oh, that was a late break. Wow, beautifully done. These Porsches are fast. Or at least this driver is Christian Sarmiento. Nice. You're just slowing both of yourselves down, guys. Ooh. What happened there? Oh, okay. Lap 19. 20. Okay. Let's see if we can see. Ooh. I've seen that guy. Let's see who won. Matthews Steinberg, 202 qualify. Can we see his lap? Matthews. No, probably not. I'm gonna look at one more thing here. That's bits entry. I did that on lap 14. Because there's a lot of time, well, a lot. There's some time to be gained here, and probably started braking too early. Let's see, speed 117 already coming down. I need to be at 45 miles an hour. 68, 57. So you can actually come in a little bit faster as long as, and then I got back on the gas. And then the other thing I can do better is when I'm leaving the pit is get on the gas. Get on the gas. It takes about 12 seconds to fill up, so I can get on the gas sooner. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I lost another second right there. That's just an amateur move. Let's take a look, because I know I'm taking 7 gallons. My strategy is obviously start with a full tank. At the start, or at the end of lap 14, I come in and then do fuel only 7.1 gallons, and that leaves me with about 1 gallon left. So I probably need to do a little bit more, 7.5, to make sure that I have enough just in case there's another lap. But 7 gallons take about 12 seconds. So 10 seconds in, hit the gas, and then there, I should have already hit. That's another second loss there. Now at the level at which I'm racing right now, it makes no difference. But further down the road, it might. Okay. So that's it. That's my highlight, my lessons learned from Road America. Really learned the track quite a bit. Again, have to give props to Russell Barnes at findingspeed.com. I may not have mentioned this before, but he also shares setups. So findingspeed.com/IMSA. You can look at his setup, which he changes for every single track, as well as a track guide. So thanks again, Russell. Learned quite a bit, and look forward to Spa starting next week.